There are guys who rob drug dealers, and I can actually name them. And there's a whole crew of them. Ferdinand Harvin, Anthony Holly, Cadillac and Lowe, which was a team, Donnie Anders.
I learned most about my pops when I got older. Yeah, but we never really, I never really knew much about him at all, man. I don't know what nothing he liked, you know, what he didn't like.
Never really wasn't around much.
One day I was standing in my doorway and I saw a man walking up the street that looked like my father. And I said, oh my God, I want him, I have to marry him.
Kind of hardcore.
You didn't go after the ones that were scared or the ones that was the lower level dealers. You went after the guys that was the top dogs that was everybody was afraid of, because he said their guards was down. So Lavelle became he would rob them at gunpoint.
Like get a van, just sit in front of the dope house, like just pick up their routine, like see who goes in, who goes out, at what time anything happens. Maybe after a week later, you know, just roll in, same truck, just bust in. All right, lay it down, lay it down.
The first story that stuck out the most is when he was young, man. He went to New York and they went to cop, and it's like after the third or fourth time they killed the people, came back with some bricks.
And ever since then I started smuggling drugs into the prison.
If I remember right, at least 3 guys in a car that picked him up, and they had him at gunpoint, and they was taking him to kill him.
I think we did this in the war. He went to his mother's house Sunday morning, and when he was coming out the house, he was ambushed. At the time, sort of broke a rule, you know what I mean? Because it was Sunday.
Because I'm one of the few people that knew that when they first came out, that was my dad. I'm one of the few I knew because I know the stories.
Like I told you, the first time, I never forget, this one brother was like, yo, if I was you, I wouldn't even tell people that's my father. So that was the first time I ever heard some shit like that, like, wow, damn, this nigga was cruddy.
So Bubbles turned me on to Anthony. I arrested Anthony.
Some detectives had came to him and wanted him to inform on someone that he knew. He said, Almeida, would you still love and respect me if I did something like that?
Anthony called us, and he was in the room with all these guys with weapons and body armament and all this kind of stuff.
The U.S. Marshals Service has the unique authority and ability to grant individuals and entire families new identities and the foundations for new lives. WITSEC provides for the safety and health of witnesses whose lives are endangered as a result of testifying against dangerous criminals and their enterprises.
It is something to be angry about when you know that he pulled a selfish act like that that could have caused other family members to get killed.
I was the one that he forced into that life, man. He don't know. He didn't have a clue. He didn't have a clue because he was just trying to protect himself, trying to stay alive, trying to protect. You understand what I'm saying? But I was the one. I was the one got all them people that was mad with him that didn't go to jail. They let me know. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that the people rolled up with the shotgun. Boy, I should kill you. I'm only a kid, man, playing football, man. What you want to kill me for? Because of my dad.
Back when he first joined witness protection, like just like you said, it was a really hard adjustment for him because it was like a whole reality check.
He was surprised he went into witness protection. Lavelle felt like it was really the hand of God.
We come from totally different backgrounds. Had I known his history, the lifestyle, I would have taken off running as quickly as I possibly could in the opposite direction.
He was a great dad to me. He was like, I was a typical daddy's girl.
Well, we had a great relationship.
Lavelle started what you call a gang, but it was called Positive Peer Posse, saying you don't have to submit to negative peer pressure.
And they began to just meet, and they did a lot of artsy stuff, skits and performances and dancing, and from that they started performing a lot of the raps.
High-risk behavior,
such as unsafe sex,
using drugs.
You can be next. It can happen to you. Who? You. It can happen to you.
It was kind of astonishing to me, you know, that he was able to do this and do it with a sincere heart, knowing his background.
Whenever he did have to try to go back to street life, it was for the sake of like getting something for family.
I knew that my dad was a drug addict.
Even when he was clean, he knew that it was only a matter of time. He built his life wanting to stay clean, but he never believed that he could. So it was just a matter of time.
I remember one occasion where he got in the car and we found him. You know, he was just like in over the Rhine in the hood, you know, just on the street. And we begged him. We said, why are you doing this? You know, you have a family, you know, you have a nice home now. You don't have to be down here. And he cried. He just cried.
With me having been a heroin addict, that all I wanted was to not withdraw bad and stay clean. And I thought, if I could get through the withdrawal, I'll stay clean. And I think a lot of heroin addicts think that.
Then when she called me and she was just saying that, you know, Dad got cancer. We don't know how much longer he got to live. That I want to come up here and see him. So I was just like, you know what, man? If I can help this brother rest at peace, man, by going up there, let him know no hard feelings, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm thankful, you know what I mean, that him and my moms did link up and bam, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, but and he turned out to be a good man. I could look at my sisters and stuff and tell that he wasn't the same person. When that's the part that is like, it's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But why he do us like, why he take me?
When I think about Lavelle Love, it's hard for me to imagine him as Anthony Holly, like, because they just seem like polar opposites.
Night and day. Anthony Holly and Lavelle Love are really and truly like two different people.